Hey everyone, today we're going to focus on this announcement tool right here. It should always be in the left-hand side of your page if we've set up to the virtual school page that we kind of talked about right at the beginning. And when you have this to start an announcement, it's easy. You just drop this down and you're going to click on new announcement anytime you want to make a new post. If you wanted to edit an older post, you could drop the one down beside the title and edit it. But we're actually just going to create our new one. So it's the second one down, new announcement. Once inside of new announcement, you're going to see that there's an asterisk beside these two things. So you have to have a headline up here. Remember, if you label your headline something that students can search up, like you might even want to label it by the date, so September 18th, I think it is. And then you will go into the content area, you will insert content here, and we'll talk to you about this. You can insert links and all sorts of stuff within this box. One thing when you're using the announcement tool that I really like is I find this box kind of small. It's hard to maybe type in if you have a lot of stuff going in. So this full screen toggle, it's the button with the four arrows, that will allow you to see it full screen. So then you could do all of what you're doing. And then when you're done, you just got to remember that in order to go to the next phase, you got to shrink it back down. And there it is. And before you publish this, you can scroll down just a little bit more and you're going to see it has a start date and an end date. So the start date's really the one you might use. And this is if you wanted to schedule that post. So for instance, you could say it's actually the 17th today. So I want this to come out on Friday, and I could even set the time that I want to come out. Note, if you wanted it to come out here, you're going to see that there's no 8:15, but you can still go in this box and write 8:15 if you wanted to write down. Remember, consistent posting times are really important in D2L. And once you have your post kind of completed, you've got it where you want it, you have three options you could do. One, you could save as a draft. So you would save it as a draft if you weren't done that post. You were midway through the post and you got interrupted or had to go do something else. You could just save it. That means it won't be posted for students. You could cancel that post, obviously, if you weren't happy with it and you didn't need it. But the other one is right now we have this scheduled to post in a couple days. I'm actually going to click the now button because I don't want this scheduled because I want to show you what it would look like and where it would go. But if I kept it like that, that post would not appear till tomorrow at 8:15. So I'm going to click now and it will just make sure it posts right away. And once you're done, you're going to click the blue buttons. Blue buttons are really important buttons in D2L. They kind of lead you to the next step. So once you click that, you're going to end up on this page. And sometimes this page confuses people. This is the announcement tool page. So what this page does is it has all of your posts inside of here. So you can go in this part and you can search the post. That's why I said the title is really important. There's all sorts of things you can do. But to go back, you don't really need to, once you've got your post published and scheduled. Oh, one thing I should point out is this tells you if it's published, drafted, or scheduled to come up, and it will tell you the date. So you can see this one's going to come out right now. But when you're ready to go back to see what it looks like on your home page, all you do is click on this at the top. Your course code right at the top will always bring you back to your home page, wherever you are in D2L. And when you see this, you're going to see there is the post right there. And so remember, if you do not want this post, there's a couple important things to understand. If you click on this X, it means dismiss from view, meaning only you won't see it. So if you click that, your students would still see it, but you just won't. So it's like the equivalent of saying, like, it personally, yeah, I've read that, I've read that, I've read that. We don't really want to use that as an educator because it can confuse us. If we want to delete this post, we drop this down and then we click on the delete button, and that will make sure that that post is deleted for you and for also your students. Just a nice feature in D2L is if it is deleted, we can restore them. So if you ever delete some by accident, we can definitely get it back. So that is just a quick overview of that announcement tool and some of the features it has just to get started.